Time for a new set of videos focusing on 1972. I'm doing this, as I suggested in my preview of the year video, as a 50th anniversary set of reviews. I'm going to go through genre by genre. We're looking at possibly a dozen videos covering most of the genres. This first one, however, is a couple of albums that I couldn't really slot into in a particular genre. So I thought I'd get those out of the way first. Basically, we're going to go through the album track by track, possible reading of any lyrics that are relevant, my opinion, of course, and a bit of a background. So that's how we're going to go through this first one. Okay, so let's get started. Open it all up. St. Dominics Preview by Van Morrison. This was his sixth offering. He'd started it all off with Blowing in the Wind. Astral Weeks, the awesome sophomore effort. Then we had a couple of albums the following year, including Moon Dance and the choir song, I can't remember, choir title. Then we had Tupelo Honey, and that then leads us to this sixth. Once again, it's a fusion of Celtic rock, R&B, blues, jazz, and a bit of singer-songwriter stuff thrown in. So now you know why I couldn't pigeonhole this. He co-produced the album with Ted Templeman, who you may recall was also producing Little Feat albums. Some of the musicians who played on it were newly recruited, although he did bring in some of the old stagers. Morrison had a habit of changing band members constantly. Some were unavailable and some he just fired between sessions. So anyway, we're going to get on to the track listing now. Goes without saying that I love this album, and if you're familiar with it, you'll love it as well. If you aren't, then listen, and then possibly you'll take advantage of the link in the description to the album on YouTube so you can give it a good listen. Starts off with the opening cut. Jackie Wilson said, "I'm in heaven when you smile." A blend of soul and folk, and what a cracking opener. Horns, pianos, R&B, soul swing with Van conducting it all. It's a song full of joy. "I'm in heaven when you smile," he sings, and it becomes a perfect tagline. The sax and the trombone feature prominently. It's inspired lyrically, vocally and musically by Jackie Wilson's hit song Reet Petite, and it was covered by Dexy's Midnight Runners. It's absolutely awesome. The lyrics are very much about feeling happy and excited. Second track then, Gypsy, bridges into a heartfelt gospel-inspired tune, and it's a masterful, having a Celtic feel with those laid-back harmonies. The harmonies are faintly Middle Eastern in influence, and the multiple guitar textures are exotic. Lyrically, it's about a woman who adapts perfectly to her surroundings, change of residence, etc. Very indicative of how we viewed gypsies who travelled round the country. Track 3 is I Will Be There. This Van moves in blues directions here, and it's well aided by the soulful vocal by Van. Evocative of Ray Charles, I felt. It's a terrific love song about loyalty. It's my highlight on this album amidst all these special tracks. It's called Listen to the Lion. It was originally going to be on Tupelo Honey, but there was too much good stuff on that, so it was held back. It's a regular live cut as well on his shows, even to this day. It's got a very Astral Weeks feel to it. Acoustic guitars mesh with the impassioned vocals, and there's almost a piano serenade to it. It's a true masterpiece within Morrison's repertoire. 11 minutes of mesmerising vocal performance. And there's that bass. What a bass. And also there's a bit of vibraphone that chips in. It's been said to be both a technique and emotion at the vocal performance. It's wondrous, and it remains unparalleled by his contemporaries. The lyrics, they dig deep within yourself, your strength to mend a broken heart. And I absolutely adore it. Title track, St. Dominic's Preview. It stinks of R&B soul at its best. You can taste the religion running through Belfast streets as you listen. And I love the funky piano immersed in the horns. It's got a truly great melody. The steel guitar also comes through and is added to the trombone, the organ, sax, bass and piano. They all create a rich backing track. Lyrically, Van contrasts his upbringing in religious Ireland, Northern Ireland, of course, with following a career breakthrough leading to the gold-paved future success in America. The conservative lifestyles influenced by religion versus the lives of the famous and rich and famous, and where are your roots, it asks, and where are your thoughts? And I'm going to give you the lyric now in full, so get ready. There is a slide, of course, that will go along with this so you can follow me. Shammy cleaning off the windows, singing songs about Edith Pierre's soul, and I hear blue strains of No Regredio across the street from Cathedral Notre Dame. Meanwhile, back in San Francisco, we're trying hard to make this whole thing blend as we sit upon this jagged story block with you, my friend. And it's a long way to Buffalo. It's a long way to Belfast City too. And I'm hoping the Joyce won't blow the hoist, because this time they bit off more than they can chew. As we gaze out on, St. Dominic's Preview, St. Dominic's Preview. All the orange boxes are scattered against the Safeway supermarket in the rain. And everybody feels so determined not to feel anyone else's pain. You know that. No one's making no commitments to anybody but themselves, hiding behind closed doorways, trying to get outside of empty shells. And for every cross-cutting country corner, for every Hank Williams railway train that cried, and all the chains, badges, flags and emblems, and every strain on every brain and every eye, as we gaze out on St. Dominic's Preview. And the restaurant tables are completely covered. The record company has paid out for the wine. You got everything in the world you ever wanted. Right about now, your face should wear a smile. That's the way it all should happen. When you're in the state you're in, you've got your pen and notebook ready. I think it's about time for us to begin. And we're over in a 52nd Street apartment, socialising with the White Hope. Few just to be hip and get wet with the jet set. But they're flying too high to see my point of view. As we gaze out, St. Dominic's Preview. See them, freedom marching out on the streets. Freedom marching, St. Dominic's Preview. Well, it's simply fantastic, isn't it? I hope you followed me and I hope you read those lyrics again. Truly amazing lyrics from Van Morrison. So let's finish this off then. Track 6 is Redwood Tree. Got a strong gospel feel here with mellow harmonies that seep into the tune's fabric. There's a great shuffling horn as well. The lyrics, memories of early experiences here between father and son in a beautiful setting, highlighted by Van. And so to the closer, another 10-minute masterclass to go along with Listen to the Line. It's called Almost Independence Day, and it features Van on 12-string guitar and a second player on a 6-string guitar. You'll have to look on the slide where I've got details of personnel. We also get into Moog sounds here, and the combination creates a really nice hypnotic sound. Mark Naftalin plays piano and Moog synthesizer on it. Lyrically, it's about the pre-celebration of Independence Day in San Francisco and Van's thoughts about this. And of course, he's a great lover of that city. So what have we got here? We've got another Morrison gem. It really is amazing how this man can keep on releasing 5-star quality material year after year. I absolutely adore the man, and you will adore it as well. Just make sure you give it 2 or 3 listens, though. There are a couple of tracks that instantly grab you, but some of the other lesser tunes need a little bit more nurturing. So that's my review of St. Dominics Preview by Van Morrison, released in 1972. Second offering on this first 1972 genre video is Boomer's Story by Ry Cooder. It's his third release, but it continues to explore American music's familiar and forgotten past. It includes on the album such blues legends as Sleepy John Est. There's songwriting by Dan Penn and the great Skip James, plus lost and neglected pieces of American folk and blues. I'm going to go through the tracks, and I've also got a couple of lyrics to read, because once again this man is truly amazing. With the title track, it's a slow electric blues with delightful piano and a delicious mix of slide guitar and mandolin. Cherry Ball Blues follows. It's an instrumental. It's got some hypnotic acoustic and electric bottleneck guitar with some really nice soft percussion. Track 3 is Crow Black Chicken. It's from way back in the 20s, this one. The piano feeds the boogie blues, felt like rhythm. And then to 4, Act Sweet Mama. A wonderful mandolin steers us to Ry's vocals that stink of history. The horns dabble tantalisingly on the track as well. And then to track 5, an absolute masterpiece, a Mexican song called Mariela Elena. It's 4.5 minutes, and it's about love swallowing up your attention. And the piano casts an impressive grip alongside strings and a gentle mambo style of dance rhythm. It's absolutely extraordinary, and it lays down a marker that Ry would continue to revert to Mexican music throughout his recording career. To another personal favourite, Dark End of the Street. This one was in Ry's live act for years. He constantly played this song. It's a standout with some absolutely awesome bottleneck guitar. Originally written by Dan Penn, and in 1967 Chips Moorman turned it into a soul song, but Ry delivers an instrumental version exquisitely. Shame and deep regret heard through the slide guitar work. And I'm going to read the lyric, even though it is an instrumental, because I think it's worth noting. It's about young love and the risks taken and the rules that are broken. So let's have a look at the lyric now. At the end of the street, that's where we always meet. Hiding in shadows where we don't belong. Living in darkness to hide our wrongs. You and me at the end of the street. You and me. I know time's going to take its toll. We have to pay for the love we stole. It's a sin and we know it's wrong. Oh, our love keeps coming on strong. Tonight we'll meet at the dark end of the street. You and me. They're going to find us. Oh, they'll find us. They're going to find us, Lord, someday. You and me, Lord, at the dark end of the street. You and me. And when the daylight hours roll along, and by chance we both downtown, if we should meet, walk on by, oh darling, don't you cry. Tonight we'll meet at the dark end of the street, you and me. I think it's really great. I hope you enjoyed it. On to track 7 now, Rally Round the Flag. Randy Newman steps in on piano here, delivering an addition that's very welcomed. There's a mournful rendition of nationalism amidst this tune with a jingoist feel to it. Its message is more moving because of the guitar that's delicately played by Ry. Coming in at 8 is Coming In on a Wing and a Prayer. This is another sort of war type song about nationalism, World War II, about rallying hope. It's got a skippy blues beat, and there's some horn sounding which roused the tune in parts. To track 9 now, President Kennedy. This does feature Sleepy John S. on guitar and vocals. It's a jocular mix of politics and loss. The mandolin and piano mould together to create a magical slow blues that blossoms following the unique vocal style of Sleepy John S. And I'm going to read the lyrics to this one so you get a flavour of it. Late one Friday, everybody was sad. We lost the best president we ever had. But he's gone home, gone back home. He's staying away too long. Rode from town to town, holding up for our rights. Some low down took the president's life. But he's gone home, gone back home. He's staying away too long. Mrs. Kennedy got a mansion on the island, stayed 9 months. All she'd have another mansion soon as she reached Washington, D.C., but he's gone home, gone back home. He's staying away too long. Everybody votes. They don't know what's going on. If Goldwater gets it, we won't have no home. But he's gone home, gone back home. He's staying away too long. White horses and cars all in a row. I think Mr. Kennedy have a right to his long white robe. But he's gone home, gone back home. He's staying away far too long. Wrap it all up with the finale here. Good morning, Mr. Railway Man. This finale is rich in history. There's a piano that drives the tempo, and there's a Tex-Mex feel to it. Ry's storytelling the tale in the vocals. There's some interesting harmonica and clarinet that makes an entrance late on, which caught me by surprise. But once again, a tremendous collection of songs, and just one of 2 releases that he had this year. I hope to do a review of Into the Purple Valley, which came, I think, after this one. Anyway, joining Ry Cooder, Jim Keltner on drums, Milt Holland percussion, and a number of others, and you'll see them in the slide.